Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines 2. We, after kind of messing around with this a lot, we kind of ended up getting a little bit of an urban diamond going on over here. And I've tightened it up about, I think, as much as I can by using the upgrade tool. But I think it's a pretty reasonable change, and I think it will work quite well. Now, what I thought we need to have a look at is what's going on with public transport, because that has been probably neglected a little bit over time. And some of the changes that I've made may not be as straightforward to apply. It does seem like most of the routes we run are still kind of doing their thing. Okay, that's good. That is good. Even this one is still doing its thing, but obviously now we've got significant more stuff happening along this road. Since we're now using this road as a frontage road for kind of high density stuff, we do need to get some level of public transport going in that as well. And I thought maybe because of this density, the thing that we need to do is start having a bit of a look at light rail. We have trams, subways. We're not going to do subways just yet, maybe later. But trams, I thought, might be a pretty good one. So if we pop out of here and just have a look. So our depot at the moment for buses is in this location. And the question really is, I believe it remains appropriate for it to be in this area. We've got plenty of room here to expand. We might have to kind of eat into this area a little bit more. We can create a little bit of an interesting area here, a bit of a kind of an edge for whatever our residential area is here with something like that. So if we grabbed our depot, there was a button we could press. I can't remember what it was, which changes this. Come on. Oh, okay. Was it? I can't remember. Was it S? Can't remember. Anyway, we're gonna just leave it as is. So I thought we can probably do a little something at the back here and actually make use of Butler Street, really. So if Butler Street can only be used if Butler Street might not be an appropriate use. So what we'll probably need to do is start running trams up something else. We've got the taxis here as well. So really it does seem appropriate that we've got all of this in this kind of location here. So first things first, let's have a bit of a look at what this looks like. So I think we'll need to flatten out the area a little bit. If we were to maybe just, the brush size is okay. So if we were to say we're going to level it, I'm going to take about that level and we're going to push this in here. Yeah, it's not too significant. Right, we could do something a little bit more interesting. I'm going to leave that in there and we might leave a little bit of a ridge there. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of smooth it out a bit, right? So it kind of looks a little bit more interesting, but it seems like it's kind of a little bit of an area here. So what we can then do is we'll basically extend this road. And I'm kind of happy with that. It's just before we finalize it, what kind of other stuff can we add? We can just add more of this. And so if we were to add more bus stuff in here, this won't actually work. So let's bear that in mind and let's hug this as a bit of a road concept through here. And then what we need to do is just tie it in. Yeah, we may have to. Never quite know what the easiest way to fix this is without kind of doing that. Let's trim that. Let's trim that, and let's see about doing something like this. There we go. That's a lot more reasonable, and it looks pretty good. And we should now be able to add additional bus facilities on there if we so needed it. We could also have a look at potentially bringing in that road to this side. Why are cars using this? You shouldn't be using it, right? What are you saying? What are you transporting? Private vehicle. You really shouldn't be able to use that, right? It's not your road. But for some reason, it's quite popular. Buses can use it, but cars should really not be able to use it. But this guy's going to use it again. That one I think is okay. So let's just click on this guy. Again, transporting, you know, it's a private vehicle. So really shouldn't be able to use that. So something's funny with regards to this little street here. If I just go back and have a bit of a look at our bus lanes, I mean, double public transport lane, that the one that we want? It's kind of what it is. So yes, emergency vehicles can use it, that's fine, but other traffic really shouldn't be able to use it. Yeah, that's a bit of a tough one there. Okay, well, that's the case. Let's make a start. We're gonna grab the tram. We're going to do the tram thing, right? And we can't get too close. It needs to be pretty straight. So that's actually not bad. So if we were to say, plop it in over there, I think that looks, yeah, pretty good. It's not, yeah, that's good. That's really good. If we were to upgrade, where does it upgrade? Oh, it upgrades on site itself. Okay, so that's good. So that upgrade gives us what? Space for more trams, an extra 5 vehicles. At the moment we have, ooh, don't do that. At the moment we have room for 10 vehicles. Okay, that's okay. So potentially we'll have to have more of these as we go. I think moving this over a slight bit might be pretty good if we think that could work. Realistically, that does not want to. Actually, is that moving over? It is moving over. So now and let's just see what can we add here. Yeah, there's still some room to add in there, and that's just inside. So anyway, that's okay. Now now actually I can run this. Oh, this is a tram stop and then tram roads. But realistically, what I want to do is I want to do a public transport route. So if we were to do that, oh, look at that. That's an interesting one. That's really interesting. Okay, so if we now say, from a tram perspective, we would like to upgrade this. There we go. That's working. Tram can get in there, and we could tram it up all the way over there. Now we've got buses and trams running in there. That's a pretty good maneuver we've got through here. And we can still tie this road in onto this side and provide some additional access if we needed to. But I kind of like that idea. So there we go. Now we've got a tram depot working its magic. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just clear out that, trim these out, probably clear out another section. These are already pretty high-level properties over here, but the people aren't really wealthy here. So let's clear that one out too, and we'll trim them. Now, what we'll do is we'll grab this road, and we will. Why on earth do I have invalid shapes? Unless I'm doing something funny. Here we go. That seems pretty reasonable. Or alternatively, we can just tie it in over there. But we can make some changes to that as we go. Anyway, now we've got that going. Now we do need to provide tram routing, right? So I'm thinking from a tram perspective, we would like to get the tram running on here, but we don't necessarily need the tram to be using this interchange, right? We could find it a different route through, I think, especially if we were to tie it in somewhere where we have only that. Maybe if we come all the way down here, we could tie in a tram connection in here. But what we need to bear in mind is, yeah, trying to get to this side, we'll need an intersection of sorts. Alternatively, we could do something like this, whereby we bring it in to the middle. Do we have middle options? If we go to roads, right, and we come in here, I'm assuming what we can do is we can run it in the middle. So we could run it there, or, oh, that's on both. Oh, yeah. Ooh, middle only? And if we do this one, can we not? We cannot run it on the outside? That's really interesting. I would have expected we could, but anyway, that might mean that coming in straight from here, it could be the best way of doing it, and then we might have to just redo this so we can run straight into the middle there. Okay, and then let's have a look. So, we've got a signal here for stuff, but anyway, that might be a good spot for the tram anyway. But so let's do that. Let's upgrade some of our roads. So let's go with a slightly larger road dynamic. If we were to say we're going to upgrade this guy, it is going to be moving it around. If we do this one, it's still going to be moving it around. So if we go to the smaller roads, yeah, here, unfortunately, we cannot. What are you doing? That's exactly what I wanted to do. If we go with the smaller roads, it's what we have already. We don't have that. So we really need to up to something a little bit larger, which, not the end of the world in this section, but it is probably the end of the world over here, as we have a little bit of issues to deal with. So, since we have major buildings here, and we're trying to kind of be somewhat realistic in how we do things, what we'll do is we'll just have to run with what we've got and run the tram in the middle. We'll add additional capacity on other roads, basically. So I think that's about right, isn't it? We could improve things a little bit. Anyway, so what we'll do is we'll grab this kind of setup, and we'll just do that. So we got it on both sides. Interesting what it's doing over there. Definitely not going to allow. Oh, it's actually saying you can't use this lane now. Well, I'm not opposed. to it. Well, now that we've built this massive interchange, I don't think we're going to really have that going for us here. We're really struggling with that. So, okay, the alternative to that is to run it parallel, and the only other parallel that we've got is running it up here, which we're already using for road capacity. Or we try and run it through there. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if we do that, we could even turn it around. But what we can do is we can run it through there, and all we need to do is remove parking. Removing parking is a lot more, can I say, reasonable than the alternative here. Okay, so what we'll do is we will do that. We'll run it from. Where are we going to run it from? Are we going to take it through this intersection? We can probably take it through this intersection. And then we'll run it in here. We could also run it from the depot, right, straight up here, and then run it down this additional road. I think that might also be somewhat realistic for us. Yeah, so let's do that. Assuming no one can do anything else anyway. So what we'll do, I'm going to grab this guy. I'm going to say we're going to tie you in. No, we want it two-way. Tied in like so. Somehow it's still saying it's overlapping. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's okay. If we do that, right, now we've got that situation. I think I need to run it straight there, that way still. Run it straight through there. Yeah, I think that's about right. Now we can make a turn. Actually, even have it stop very close here. Well, anyway, that's okay. So if we were to then say the hospital is right over here, so we'll have people stop at the hospital, and that's still a one-way going that way. So really, we need to tie it in a little bit before that. So let's run it through there. That's going to be kind of our tram situation. Unless, you know what we'll do here? Let's go back. Let's get ourselves one of these pedestrian roads and see if we can make that work. What kind of road? Pedestrian road. So if we were to run a pedestrian road like that, right? Okay. And we then installed one of these guys on top of it. Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. We could do. Okay, let's see. Can we do a pedestrian road upgrade on here? We cannot. So the thing is, if we don't do, why is it snapping to something there? Could we do that? Okay, hang on. So instead of doing this, right? Let's trim this out, right? Let's trim this out. I'm gonna run it through there, but as a pedestrian road, basically. So let's start it off as a pedestrian road. I think that's a pretty good use of it. No. Okay, so if I were to pedestrianize this road completely. Now, let's not do that right this minute. Is that? Yeah, that's okay. Straight through there, and then there we go. Seems reasonable. And what we'll do, can we get it pretty close to it though? Oh. And then we'll have to have a look at what that does for us. Alternatively, we get it a little bit further away. Like that. Something like that is probably a little bit better. And now we can line it up. We can get some good pedestrian connectivity over here, and we can really densify some of these areas here as well. I like that. These don't seem to be too bothersome. We definitely don't want any of that kind of stuff going on here. All right, we don't want any of this or any of that. So you shouldn't be doing any of those maneuvers. And now let's add this tramway. If we were to go in there, through there, we've joined it up, and we go up here and up there. And now, if we do this is still shared, right? Yeah, everybody can still share that maneuver. And I don't think this is busy at all. And we can actually get access to this area. Oh, absolutely. That's way better. Now, the only thing we need to bear in mind is that this area will need a little bit of love and support. So what I'm going to do, and we didn't want these areas to connect, but we will, in fact, do a little bit of work here. So let's trim back some of this stuff in this area here. Sorry, guys. We're going to remove your houses. Bit of eminent domain here. And what we'll do, and we're also going to... Yeah, we're going to do a few things here. So if we do that, let's do that. We're going to, sorry about that. We'll pause it while we quickly fix it. Potentially, it's just going to be, oh, I was kind of, nah, I don't think, it's not another pedestrian area. We do, that, I think that makes sense. That makes sense, I think. And then what we'll do is we'll obviously tie in some of these roads that we've now made to disappear. it's going to have to do something like that, really. And the question, the million-dollar question here is, I think we remove that section there. Whatever is losing out here, we'll just do that. There we go. So now that is back up in business. These guys should have access. It's a little wonky over here, isn't it? Try that one more time. Now maybe if we started off a little straight section and then, ooh, now it's giving me a double straight. It's okay. Let's try that one more time. Maybe this side remains to be a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. And at the same time, I'm thinking I'm just going to tie these in directly over here. So what I'll do is I'll do that. Yeah, that's the one. Get that out of the way. And we'll trim it back a little more. Yeah, that's the one. And we will actually, let's start it off on this side. Yeah, it's a weird little piece. I'm struggling to find the right tool for the job. So I think it's this one, right? Here we go. Can't be that one though. Oh, don't snap your stuff, please. Just do your thing. Just straighten it up. Now we can snap the stuff. There we go. That looks way better. I might remove this road altogether, for the time being at least. Let's trim out a few of these things over here. We'll clean it up a little bit. There we go. And let's get rid of some of the zoning, the remnant zoning that has remained here. That's fine. Okay, now we can really expand that a little bit more. So let's go ahead and upgrade through here, so we can actually run the tram to the other side. And this kind of makes me think that the right thing to do will be to actually, what the hell is that? Already added it there, and it's all the way in there. So there we go. So we can continue running the game now. So they will have access to this area, and we can run them down on this side. Now, if we were to then say upgrade here, I think that's okay. Now, here comes the big one. We'll need to move these out a little bit. So let's move. So we're effectively playing the game as though these things have been built, right? So for the time being, I'll move these elsewhere, and we'll replace them with something else in that area. So let's move that. Let's go over there for the time being, and we'll move this one as well. Go over there for the time being. We might move them again, and again we've got some more to move over here. We'll see about that in a bit of time. I know. Oh, actually, get a bit of parking going on over there. Moving that now. Obviously, knowing that it's not the same thing as to have it right there. We'll remove a little bit of this. And now the question that I have is, do we try and go straight through here? This is pretty busy. Right, so tunneling it underneath is probably about a better thing to do here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, we don't want pedestrians to go into that tunnel. So if we were, let's remove snapping, and we say snap to zoning grid, not in there, but the middle. Snap to, let's check that off. Okay, that's not quite what I'm after. That's snapping to the side of a building, which is not going to work either. Snap to guidelines. Anyway, what I'm going to try and do here is by effectively saying we're going to run, say, from here. I should be able to do some level of snapping, right? Snap to existing geometry. So let's do that. That's not picking it up. That's not picking it up. That's not picking it up. That's do the building here, which I don't want. That is, yeah, a guideline, which I'm not interested in, unless we bring it in from the other side, potentially. If we take that off and snap it to the zoning grid, and this is just switching on and off our pieces. So really, we don't have that. So the idea here is if we do this, and maybe we'll step it back a little bit. Let's do that, and we'll drop it down. Oh, that's already underneath. Okay, hang on. Come back a bit. Let's redo this. Ooh, we've got a piece underground there. Underground. Let's get rid of that. Let's try this again. Let's actually start with a little underground section. That's actually really good. Up. Yeah, is that? Oh, you know what I'm missing? This could be really cool. So we don't fully cover it. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do a little bit of work here. So if I grab that. Ooh. Can I? Hang on. Can I do this? And I can't actually. Okay. Oh, you know what? I could maybe do something like a little pathway and get that to work here. Okay, so maybe that allows me to now just delete that little section. Let's go upstairs. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's what I wanted to do. Now, what I want to do, go back to this and just basically say from, and I want to try and do it straight from the top, from there to there. I want to build it like so, all right? And what I want to do now, that's huge. That's way too deep, I think. Let's redo that quickly. Let's try that one more time. Let's do that again and say, can I come up, page up one more? Does not want to. Oh, it's doing 10 meters. Okay. So elevation. Elevation steps. There we go. 5. And I think 5 could work. Right, so if we were to do something like that, right? I believe that could work because it'll actually. So let's see. Yeah, that's good. That's actually really good. For something like a tram like this, you don't have to have it really deep. Okay, so now let's see. We have to kind of reconnect this to there. But I want as a bridge. So it is. It's saying, oh, okay, it wants to do a little bit more than that. So let's try our little trick again by adding a pathway through there, deleting that section as well. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Don't mind that. Well, in terms of the pathways connecting in. But we'll fix that. So let's try this through here. Again, what I might do is I might just get rid of that. And you know what? We'll just get rid of that entire thing. And we'll see if this will actually work, or do we need to make it a little deeper. Apart from the fact that it's doing something super weird over here, which I'm not a fan of. So that seems to be working. So in my mind, let's do that. Oh, it's invalid shape. We're getting invalid shape because of stuff that's going on over here. Can I... You know what? Let's just redo the entire thing like we've said all along. Get ourselves this. Oh, actually, I think it was switching over at some point. Anyway, do that. Try and cut straight across here. That seems to be working. Aha! Now, with that in mind, oh, I like it. I absolutely like it. It looks so cool. It is a little bit, it's a little bit of a weirdness, but it's kind of, you would see this in older where they just couldn't make the thing deep enough or something, but they wanted to kind of do that grade separation. So I'm quite comfortable with it. Though what we would want to do is, I think there's a section here that we would just want to do a little bit of that for, really. Yeah, there we go. So that'll work. There we have it. Now we continue our journey, and we should really be. I'm just gonna kind of almost fix it in now. So what we do is we tie this one there, and we tie this one. We bring it up. Oh no, we don't want to. No. That's not right. That is not right. Is that on? It's still a bit too much, really. And on this side, how does that look? I think that's fine. That's fine. Let's do the other side there. So let's just get it back down to like a reasonable height. Like that's the elevation 0. I can just do that. And can I stop snapping to most things and just keep it going straight, right? There we go. There we go. And to be honest, we'll make this work really nicely if we, you know what, let's just do a little bit of a path. Doesn't want to do that, does it? If we were to say, grab us a little section of road here, yeah, that can work. If we do that, doing that so that we can demolish this section and run it as a pedestrian. So grabbing my pedestrian and stop with all the nonsense snapping here, really. Okay, hang on. Get rid of this thing. Get my pedestrian back. Do a bit of that, and now we'll start seeing what we could do to make this work. How do we realistically tie in here without it becoming a major issue? Let's get the snapping back. So that should work, right? Okay, go with straight. Okay. Obviously, we're going to get rid of this building and that building as a starting point. Let's also get rid of this guy and that guy, and we'll sort it out. We'll trim that back a little bit more. We'll go back over here and we'll say, oh, there we go. It really doesn't like it. Oh, there's some funny business going on over here. Let's if we were to, come on. Yeah, there we go. If we were to do that, right? And try it again now, will that actually work? Don't do that. It really doesn't like that. Okay, so let's do snapping off, and what we'll do is we'll start it off a little bit over here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just a little bit of a straight section. Do something like this. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think that works. Let's get our tram connections in there. So if we do this and that and that and that, and so we've tied it up over there. So that's pretty cool. So now we've got that working for us. We may have to have a look at how we do with these paths. But anyway, that's kind of the idea. Similarly, we could run a little pedestrian section over here so we can actually make use of this area. I need to end the episode. It's been going on for a while. If we do really mind the overlapping items there. That's fine. If we need to squeeze it in there, we'll do it. So let's it keeps starting off on other things, I think. If we do that, that's okay. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of basically do the upgrade over here. Now it's running through there, running through this area. And the idea really could be that we kind of end it off over here and run it back. Or we could actually cross it underneath here again and come in and end it off over in this area. And that'll be a lot of catchment, actually. A lot of catchment that it can cover. But I think that's going to be something that we're going to have to do in the next episode. For the time being, I will tie it off right over here. By means of doing this. Give me a... Oh, it's actually trying to snap to stuff. Okay, now, so we want 35 meters at a 90 degree. Ooh, that's not right. There we go.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive, and try to stay off the street.
This is it's not ideal. We take it up all the way to there. Yes, and
urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing.
And we do that, and we go like 35 meters there.
Whenever possible. This has been a local public service announcement. You're back with Second Moon.
35 meters there, and we tie it in. Ooh, tie it in right over there. So there we go. That's kind of it. Yeah, I don't mind the tram loop there. We can have some stops there. We can have it through there. It'll run all the way over there. What we could also do is we could loop it on this side also. So that this is only the access point for vehicles coming in from the depot, and then we loop it in through here. So we've got a bit of a tram system connected on to this area here. Excellent. So I think that's pretty good. This we'll either have to grade separate this in future, but I think for now it works okay. And I do like us making use of our existing infrastructure, a little bit of tunneling over here just to make things a little bit more interesting, kind of a bit of a retrofit kind of situation. I think I like the idea of that. Bit of a retrofit situation over there. Everybody's kind of driving, doing their thing across this area. That's pretty cool. And what we're doing is we're adding the extra public transport capacity without the need to worry too much about other stuff. We've lost a building there due to zoning connectivity losses. And these roads will provide access, but they're not going to be as attractive as the kind of through roads. And so really, we can join the tram on there, and we'll have multiple stops for it. Okay, guys, a bit of tram planning in there, squeezing it, shoehorning it in where we can and need to. And that's just going to really make this CBD area nicer. And what we can do is we can now upzone here as well for some more density next to our tram corridor, which I think is going to be pretty cool. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.